There are sexual abuse cases that have been hidden, covered up, never exposed, I am sure that have existed.
Anyone with any sense who was in trouble would come to the whips. It might be debt, it might be scandal involving small boys, or any kind of scandal. They'd come and ask if we could help. And if we could, we did. And we would do everything we can, because we would store up brownie points. That sounds a pretty nasty reason, but it's one of the reasons. Is if we can get a chap out of trouble, then he'll do as we ask forevermore.
Shame on them all, really. Shame on them all for covering up abuse. Shame on you, and shame on any institution that covers up abuse. Why should anyone respect a place that would do such a thing, that would allow really powerful people to abuse their positions? Using stories of somebody's abuse to get favours or have one over another person is an utter disgrace. Processes of abuse seem to replicate themselves because we're not fundamentally changing the conditions that allow the abuse to arise, be it against children, against women, be it in the 70s, 80s, 90s or now. We haven't fundamentally transformed Westminster or society. So you don't walk around Westminster and see people, you know, looking at people's skirts or molesting women in the corridors, but we know that that is happening here, as it is happening in every other workplace. One thing about this sexual harassment scandal, if you like, in Westminster that I am deeply uncomfortable about is this presumption, oh, you know, could it bring the government down? It feels as though they're almost excited by the scandal for clickbait, for more headlines, scandal for scandal's sake, because that's what's interesting to the media about Westminster. These are real women's experiences in the workplace. We should be excited by nothing other than justice for those women. What I would like this debacle to uncover is a broader conversation about what it is to be a woman in 2017. We see the hypersexualization of our young women. Many young people get their sex education from pornography. Pornography based on servitude, violence, on rape essentially as some kind of erotic fantasy. They are having their minds warped by what it is to be intimate. Young women are extremely pressured to have this kind of synthetic version of what it is to be a woman. So bigger lips, bigger boobs, be really thin, be perfect, and if you're not, then you are made to feel weird or ugly in your natural self. And within capitalism, a whole industry designed to make people feel imperfect so that they will consume better bodies. There is undoubtedly more pressure on young people, young men and young women than there ever has been before. You know, if men aren't taught that it's all right to cry and that you don't have to save everything, that you don't have to pay for everything, that you don't have to shoulder the world's worries and keep that locked in. I mean, how damaging is that? The biggest killer of men under 40 is themselves, and for women it is their partners. I mean, there is something utterly corrupt about that kind of society when that is mixed in with power and money and vested interests. You can see how it can corrupt. I genuinely do wonder why stories break when they do and why they go away when they do, and whatever happened to that victim that came forward. And my only interest is creating a system where people feel really, really free to say something happened to them and that they are believed. And I'm not sure, in fact I know that for many people that isn't a system that we've got at the minute.